Hi guys, good morning. It's early in the morning. My voice probably sounds very, I don't know, froggy because you're the first people that I get to talk to this morning. My husband went off to a doctor's appointment. This weekend I did a huge palette declutter and I already moved some of the stuff out. I already gave it to friends and family. This is other palettes that I'm going to be listing, most of them on Mercari, and then some of them, if they're brand new, I'm probably going to donate them to a women's shelter, which is what I try to do. Unfortunately, the women's shelter that we have here in Tampa, they don't accept used makeup or eyeshadows. I can understand other things like foundations and things like that, but they don't accept like eyeshadows or blushes if they're used, even if they're gently used, which is a shame. Because all you have to do is just spray them with alcohol and they will be fine. And most of my palettes, I take care of my palettes about as well as I take care of my face. Okay, I'm very, very, very gentle with them. These are my babies. But anyways, so I'm going to show you the ones that I already have listed in Mercari. There's a couple of them that I have to ship that I already sold. I'm going to show those to you first. Okay, the first one, let me move my phone out of my way. I don't know why I have it there. The first one that I have is this one here from, this one I sold. I listed it on Mercari and I sold it already. This is from Tom Ford. And this one I purchased it on Mercari. And this is the color story. And to tell you the truth, guys, I have a couple of more that I also purchased on Mercari that I'm keeping because I like the color story. But I still don't get the hype. These things now, if you go to buy one, they're $90. They are not, to me, the quality of a $90 palette. This sold for, I think I sold it for about $20. So, anyways, yeah, that was crazy. The other one that I sold is this one by Pat McGrath. And this is a beautiful palette. I love the palette. There's nothing wrong with it. But I haven't used it in a while. And I just need room. I need room for the stuff that is new in our collection that I haven't been able to put away because I have nowhere to put it. So as you can see, I only used this like a couple of times. It looks beautiful. It's in perfect condition. So I did sell this one, so I have to ship both of these today. I was waiting for, I thought I had packaging, the bubble envelopes, but I didn't. So I had to wait for those to get here. Okay, so those need to be shipped today. I have this one, but this is one of the first, I think it is the first ABH palette that I purchased when I started doing YouTube. Had to drink some coffee. I'm very early. And this is Anastasia Beverly Hills Master Palette by Mario. And it even has the brush looks like it's not used, okay? It looks like it's dirty, but it's not. That's just the color of the brush. Yeah, I only used this again a couple of times. So this is going on Mercari. This is from HipDot, and I believe I got this on ColourPop. It is like brand new. It looks like that one was used, so I may have used it one time or maybe swatched it. This one looks like a swatch on this one. So this is HipDot, and HipDot has a pretty good formula. Okay, this one is from Glamlight, and this is the chocolate donut, and this is what the palette looks like. I'm not going to be swatching because we'll be here forever. This is from Aether Beauty, and Aether Beauty is nice. I just feel like I have two of them. This is the Summer Solstice, and then this one, I think this is the Amethyst crystal, and they're very nice, but they're very soft. I don't mean like formula soft. The shades are very soft and they're very, very nice, but I enjoy other palettes more than this. This you have like to build up, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just enjoy other formulas more. So those are going. This is another Pat McGrath that is going. This is, oh, this is the one that I sold. I put it back. No, wait. Which one did I sell? The one I sold. Hold on. is this one, and this one even has like the little plastic thing with the names on it. This is the one I have to ship. So yeah, this one is going out today. So I have 3 of the Pat McGrath, and then this is the last one. And like I said, these are already listed on my Mercari, and I will list my Mercari account. Oops, my Mercari account below in case you're interested in any of these. This is the 3rd one, and again, I don't even think I used this one, guys. I think this one is brand spanking new. And I have been giving away some of my palettes to my subscribers, but that gets expensive paying for the shipping. This is from Violet Voss, and this one is like brand new. So like I said, some of these brand new ones I'm just gonna pull out and just donate them to the women's shelter, because this is like not even swatched. So I'd rather do that. I do have an address to I guess they give makeup and things like that to women's shelters. This is by IBY. This is called Sunday Brunch, and this one has never been used, and it's so pretty. This one I had a hard time getting rid of because I love all these shades. These 2, and then this bottom row. The only shade that I really don't care for too much is this one. This one is okay, but in this one I really don't. But these are beautiful, and so are those. And it still even has like the little plastic on the mirror. And this is really, really pretty. And IBY has a really nice formula. This is from Melt Cosmetics, and this is the Bad Side Zodiac Fire. And I've never used it. Yeah. This is by Nabla, and this is a Poison Garden. Nabla has a beautiful, beautiful formula. I really like it. I have several Nabla. This is the one that I haven't used really hardly ever. I think I swatched this one, or maybe used it one time, that one. Yep, I wouldn't swatch that one, so I probably used it one time. So it's like this one, and this one are swatched. And it's beautiful, and it's pretty much, if you had these 2, and well, these 3, this one and these 2, it's pretty much like a pretty nice neutral palette, but yeah, I just don't use it. So this one is from Urban Decay, and it's On the Run. And this one doesn't even look like it's been used. And this one's been on Mercari for a while, so I may take it down and just donate it to a women's shelter, because this is brand new. I haven't used it. Nothing's been swatched or anything. So this one, I'm going to be taking it down. Any of these that have been listed for a little while, if they haven't sold, I'm going to go ahead and donate it. This is Boss Babe Dolly from Buxom. This has not been used. This is a beautiful palette, right at my alley. I just have way too many. So, yep. This one is from Laura Lee Los Angeles, and this is the Nudie Patootie. And this one is another really pretty neutral color story. So it's very, very pretty. And I don't think this one's been used either. And then this one is by Dominique Cosmetics. This is Berries and Creams. And when I first saw this palette, I thought it was beautiful, and it is a beautiful palette, but I never used it. Never. I never used this palette. And it's gorgeous. And it's just sitting there. So someone else can enjoy it. So these are the ones that I already have listed on Mercari. And the way I look at it, yeah, Mercari, I'm not selling it anywhere for what I paid for. But at least I'm making a little bit of money off, off of them, getting a little money back. And then also, if somebody else can enjoy them, then why not? Okay, this one is from Charlotte Tilbury. These have not been listed yet. This is the Nudegasm Face Palette. And this one, I don't even know why I purchased it. Probably because it looked exciting to me. I really do not contour. And these shades, that one is these 2. I don't use those. And then this is supposed to be, I think, a blush. But it's so Super Glow, Super Glow. I don't know if they're both, or maybe both of them are supposed to be highlighters. They're both a little dark. This one I've used a couple of times. You can see that there's a little bit of use, but not that much. So I don't want to keep holding on to it because really it's one of those things. Charlotte Tilbury, I don't want to get rid of it, but I'm not using it. So it has to go. Okay, this is from Makeup Geek, and this is a palette that I just bought some single shadows and just made a little palette. And first of all, tell you the truth, I got aggravated because it was one of those make your own palettes. Makeup Geek is no longer in business, okay? And when I received it, it's like the palette, it doesn't look pretty. I don't like makeup that doesn't look pretty. But it's like, you know, it should fit, right? Everything's snugly in there. And this is the way that they have their palettes. And it's like, I was very disappointed. I think I've only used a couple of the shadows. They're really good shadows, but it's like, I was never happy with it because it was never nice. This is from Shade and Light, one of them from Kat Von D, and it's just a little tiny palette. Again, this one is brand new, so I think I'm just going to pull this one and donate it and make a different pile for that. This is from when Becca, I love Becca, when she was in business and she had these palettes. This is called the Be a Light palette, and it's just a blush, a bronzer, and 2 highlighters. This is beautiful. I have 2 of them. I also have the dark one. I don't know where it is. But, yeah, I have a dark one too. Okay, this is from Nomad Cosmetics. I love Nomad, but this is one that I really don't use. I don't think I've ever used it, as you can see. And again, if you cover both of those shadows, it is a beautiful. I just have too much. I can't. And going through these now, it's killing me. This is another Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the first Charlotte Tilbury palette I ever purchased, and I've used it maybe 5 times, and I remember the first time I used it, I was so disappointed because Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows are not like, wow, here I am. They're kind of soft and stuff like that, and it's a beautiful palette, but I just don't use it, so it's going. But that was my first Charlotte purchase. Oh, here's another Aether. Oh, this is a face palette. And this has 2 blushes and a highlighter. I don't think I've ever used it. So I must say, last year I did much better. I still purchased a lot, but I was not like getting everything. I really thought about it, make sure it was color stories that I liked. Okay, this one is from Tarte. Oh my gosh. I can still smell it. It smells like vanilla. And this is beautiful. This has a highlighter or shadows. You can use them as shadows. A bronzer. And I wish they would have been a blush instead of a bronzer or a highlighter. One of those should be a blush. And then beautiful shades. I just don't use it anymore. This one is a Double Duty Beauty. This is another Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Prism palette. And it still has a little plastic, has the brush, and I think I've used it. I can tell that I used it like at least once, or at least swatched these shadows. But this is just really not my color story. This doesn't call my name when I open it. I wish it didn't call my name when it was released. Okay, this one is from Gourmande Girls. This is a Spooked palette, and this palette I used it once. It's a beautiful palette, but this was a Halloween inspired palette from 2022. Sorry, sip of coffee. It's beautiful, but I really don't wear these shades very often, so I'm not going to keep holding on to it. But this is a gorgeous palette. This is by C Color. So I have several from C Color. And C Color is a very affordable brand. I don't even know if they're still in business. So these are new. They haven't been used. It's this one here, which is very pretty. And they used to like dupe you know, larger brands. And then this one. So I think these three, since they're affordable, and even if I try to sell them on Mercari, I'm not going to be making that much money on it. And I will probably have to sell them like in a set. I think I'm just going to pull them aside and donate those. This one is from ColourPop. And this one is a Sandstorm. And it's new. This is a beautiful palette. When this was released, it had a lot of, I guess, drama. I don't get into the drama, so I don't know the whole thing. But I really didn't want to use it on my channel because I didn't want to deal with the drama. So this is another one that I'm just going to donate to the women's shelter because it is brand new. And tell you the truth, I wish I could donate 100% of what I had to the women's shelter because that would make me happy. This is from the Balm. And I used this a couple of times. The Balm has a beautiful, beautiful formula. This is a very underrated brand. No one talks about it, including myself. I don't think I've ever used the Balm on my channel. But this is such a pretty, pretty palette. So this one is called the Balbina Baby So the Balm. So they chose shades from different palettes and included it in one palette. And I was almost tempted to keep this one and just do, you know, like do a video showing the Balm because they really are a very good brand. But no one ever talks about them. So I don't know. I haven't decided. I pulled it out. Haven't decided on it yet. But that's a possibility. You may see it on my channel. Here is the Air, the Zodiac. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is the one that would really go with my horoscope, and I think I used it once. At least this shimmery one looks like it was at least swatched. So, but it really doesn't look used at all. So I don't know. I may pull this. It really doesn't look used. It just had a little bit of shimmer there, but I may pull this one and donate it. This is another one from Gourmande Girls, and I think this is the first Gourmande Girl palette that I purchased. And it's a very pretty palette. Again, the color stories that I really don't use. A lot of them, like this whole row, this row. The rest of it I would use, but I just have other palettes that I would probably think of pulling and using more than that one. This one is the Waiting Room Beetlejuice by Melt Cosmetics. And this was also a Halloween inspired palette. This is such a gorgeous palette. This palette was never used. But this one I'm going to sell on Mercari because I think this one would sell nicely on Mercari. Brand new, beautiful packaging, never used. I think that one would sell. Okay, I have another one by Nomad Cosmetics. And I hate giving up Nomad, but I'm trying not to keep things just because of a collection. These, again, are just shadows that I really don't use. So, I think I used it once. Gorgeous, gorgeous color story. Some people really enjoy these colors. Like this half of the palette, I probably would not use very often. And I have enough palettes that have like colorful shades in my collection that I don't need to keep more. This palette I had a very hard time pulling out. And this is still available also. A lot of these are. This is the Lime Crime Venus XL. And Lime Crime has a great formula. They're so beautiful. I still have quite a few palettes from them in my collection. But this one is one that I pulled. I'm going to try to sell this one. I think this one will sell nicely also. But I only used it a couple of times. As you can see, my shadows look beautiful. I don't dig into my shadows. I go very lightly on them. I don't like to pan my palettes. Yeah, no, I'm very gentle. This, I don't even know why I got this, guys. It's, again, pretty. Yes, sounds like a great idea. This is a lip and cheek palette from Pixie. And they're cream products, but the pans are so tiny. Okay, first of all, I don't like to use things like this. I think I only use that one in the middle. I don't like to use things like this on my lips. okay, because I'm not going to carry this in my purse with me to retouch my lips. And then the pans are so tiny to use as a blush. Yes, absolutely, these will make gorgeous blushes, but it's like, okay, I can't, they're just too tiny. So for that reason, it's moving out of my collection, but it is a beautiful palette. It's just, yeah, it called my name and I shouldn't have listened. This is from Wonder Beauty, and this is just a, it looks like a, I don't know, what is this, a blush? Tuscan Sunrise, Havana Nights, and City Lights. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like a darker highlighter, a blush and a highlighter, but something like this I usually include it with, like if I'm selling a palette, I may include this as a freebie. If the person is using something that is gently used, and I know they don't mind gently used makeup, so I'll include something like this with the palette as a thank you for shopping with me. And again, this is pretty, but it's like, okay, if this is a blush, it's too light. If it's a highlighter, it's too dark. This is too dark. So the only thing I would be using would be this right here. And the pan is so tiny. To fit a brush in there is a pain. It will make the whole palette nasty and ugly. Okay, this is a Nomad, what is this? Cartagena. And again, another beautiful palette. I think I used it maybe once or never. Looks like never. So I think I should be able to sell these on Mercari. Oh, so I think I should be able to sell this on Mercari. This is a beautiful palette. Very colorful, but these, again, shades that... And this one I purchased. They did send me last year. They sent me their first 3 releases. But I'm not selling any of those. I like those. But, and not that I don't like this. It's just a color story. It's not mine. But I love Nomad and I love supporting them. So I buy it, even if I'm not going to use it. I have to stop doing that. This is from Ofra, and this is just a cheek palette. I don't know if I purchased this or if this came in a box. I cannot remember. This has not been used, but I have so many blushes that I don't need this, so I'm going to try to sell it. Okay, this is from Tarte, and this is the Park Avenue Princess. This is such a nice palette. This is just like these are like powders, and these are contours and bronzers. At one time, everybody was getting these like in all the boxes. You know, Boxycharm, FabFitFun. I mean, it's like everybody was getting it. I purchased one, and then I got one in a box, and I gave it to my daughter. And I just don't use this enough. I tend to go more if I'm going to use a face palette, I want one that has the blush, the highlighter, and the bronzer. And otherwise, I'll just pick like individual items. So I'm going to try to sell that one. This one I got in a box. This is from True and Luscious Lucky Glow Bronze and Highlight. Same reason. This looks really beautiful. Actually, this one has blush, but I just don't need it. I just don't need another one. So I'm moving this one. This one is brand new also. And I was trying to think. I do have a regular, this is from It Cosmetics. I have a regular YouTube channel. And then I also created one for Beauty's Ageless 55. And I was trying to figure out, you know, maybe I can list these things on that. And it would be, I can list them at a better price. And then just, you know, charge like $5 for shipping, let's say. And, you know, that way we can both, you know, the person that buys it and me, we can do better, because I have to pay fees on Mercari. It's not for free. You know, they do charge us to sell our stuff on there. So a lot of people really try to give you low, you know, bids on your stuff. And it's like, we have to pay, you know. It's like, we don't make that much money on this stuff. This is from It Cosmetics, and they used to create one of these every year. This is beautiful. I love the packaging. And mainly this is why I was keeping it. And this is very nice for when you travel. But it has a powder. These are, what should I clean that? Well, I haven't really cleaned these because I haven't listed them yet. I always clean them really good. And, you know, the eyeshadows, I spray them with alcohol before I list them and all that. But anyway, a bronzer, it brings a powder. This is the... what's it called? Porno More or something like that powder. And then it has like 3 different concealers. And these are lipsticks, cream lipsticks. And this one I just swatched because, again, I don't use them. Cream lipsticks. A beautiful, beautiful blush. And then a highlighter. And then it brings the eyeshadows. These can be used as eyeshadows or liners. There are powder. And then the rest of them are all powder. So this is really pretty. I took this to the beach with me, like, I think maybe twice. This is just a highlighter from the Bare It All bronzer. No, Bare It All palette. But this is too dark for me. So it's really pretty. It did used to have like a overspray in the middle, which is what I ended up using. And once it's gone, then the rest of it is too dark. Okay, I hated to do away with this, but I don't use it. She's not creating any more palettes. This is the Tati Beauty. Used it a couple of times. Talk about beautiful palette, a beautiful formula. But yes, I have to stop being so attached to my palettes. So Tati, unfortunately, is gone. But that is a beautiful palette. This is from Chanel. And this is one that I got this one on Mercari. And it's brand new. I got it brand new and it's still brand new. It's just missing the little brush. And I think I lost the little brush. But this is just something that's not me. That's not my color story. But yeah, I had a good price and it was, you know, okay, Chanel, let's get it. It doesn't matter if you're never going to use it. You get Chanel. I have other ones that are the right color story. And again, I don't know if I would ever pay regular price for Chanel. I just don't think I don't think it's my favorite formula. I don't think it has the intensity I like. This is just a little duo. This is new, so I'm going to put it in the pile to donate. And the reason I'm giving it up is because I ended up with 2 of them for some reason. This is from Makeup Forever. I think I purchased one and then I got one it was an add-on on Boxycharm. This is from Beauty Bakery, I think. Yeah, this is a lemon bar. And I think I got this in a Boxycharm. And again, it's not anything I use. I mean, what is it? A highlighter and I guess 2 bronzers? No. This is from NARS. And NARS sells pretty good on Mercari. And you know the one thing I hate? There's 2 things I don't like about NARS. One, I mess up my nails because I can never open the packaging. They're the worst. Oh my gosh. Why? Because I'm opening it wrong. Okay, but even if I'm opening it right, I have a hard time. There we go. This is just a face palette. It's 2 bronzers and all highlighters. I did use it a few times. The NARS formula is a hard formula, so unless you're going in there digging, it's really not even going to look like you've used it. Okay, this is from Nomad, and I also have a blush in the box somewhere. And probably someone that buys a Nomad palette, I would stick, you know, the blush or the bronzer. This is from Cover FX. And this is another face palette. Very pretty, but again, it's 3 highlighters. I just don't need that many highlighters. This one is from It, and this is gorgeous. Somehow I ended up with 2 of them, so I kept one, and this looks brand new. So this one I think I'm going to put in the giveaway pile to the shelter. This is when Huda Beauty released her pastel palettes. I got this one, don't know why. I'm not a pastel person, but I love Huda, so yeah, why not? Take my money. Okay, this is the Too Faced chocolate palette. I do like this palette. Is this a regular one, the dark chocolate, the gold? Okay, I like this palette, but again, oh my gosh, it still smells like chocolate. I just don't use it. Gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. This one is brand new. This is from LA Girl, and I'm just gonna donate it to the... I purchased it. LA Girl has beautiful, one of the best drugstore formulas, but I never used it. Here is something else from Aether. Oh, it's a little quad. I don't even know if, I don't think Aether is in business anymore. I think they went out of business maybe a year or two ago. These are two palettes from KKW, KKW Beauty, and these I got at Ulta, and this one looks brand new. There's one, I may sell these as a set, and then if I don't sell, I'll go ahead and pull them out and donate them. This is a Wayne Goss. Okay, here's how I feel about Wayne Goss. I like his glosses, his lipsticks and lip liners, and I like his eyeshadows. I'm not crazy. I didn't like that foundation he had. The powder, I think he has a powder. I'm pretty sure I bought the powder and returned it because I didn't like it. And I don't like his blushes. His face duos, I don't like them. I think this is supposed to be a blush. Is this a blush? Let me see. Soft gold glow and light taupe. I don't know. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Way too light. Doesn't do anything for me. I think I used it once and no, I don't like it. This is from Juicy Couture. Juicy Couture? No. No. Artist Couture. Juicy Couture is a perfume. And this is called Love Spring, and it's a little face palette. And this came in a mystery bag or mystery box that I purchased from them. Here is another NARS. Let's open it the right way this time, Clara. I just did my nails. I don't want to break them. This is another face palette. It's okay. I mean, this is a blush, but it's way too light. The highlighters look way too dark. This, I think, is a bronze too, and that's a bronzer, which is too light. So, I really do love NARS. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Two things I hate about NARS. One, the packaging is so hard to get into. Oh my gosh. Extremely hard. I did mess up one nail. The other thing is that everything except for lipsticks and blushes, but all of their palettes, face palettes, eyeshadow palettes, everything is limited edition. And I hate that. This is a blush by Nomad. This is beautiful, but it is glowy. I'm going to swatch it for you because it's used. And it's just too glowy and too dark. So too light. So I will have to really, really, really build it in order to use it. And then I will be like super glowy, and I don't like that. This is a blush by KVD. And it's a beautiful blush. I have so many of them that are this shade. This is a bronzer by MAC. And this is a really nice bronzer. I used it a few times. But I just purchased the ones that they released last year that it came in glow. And one was glowy and the other one was matte. So I really don't need another MAC bronzer. So that's the only reason I'm getting rid of that one. Okay, this is another by Becca. This is Becca Chloe Malika. And she released two palettes, a light and a dark. And this is a face palette. This is beautiful. And I really do hate giving this up. But I did keep one of the Becca palettes. But oh my gosh, I just can't, guys. It takes up too much room. This is too bulky. But this is beautiful, and it's such a great formula. These are so pretty. This is the dark, I believe. But these two are so beautiful. And these bronzers, I don't know if this is supposed to be a highlighter for darker skin. But this looks beautiful if you put a little bit over the regular bronzer. If you wanted like a glowy bronzer, it just makes it gorgeous. But this one makes me cry, and I need to get rid of it quickly because otherwise I know I'm going to pull it out. Okay, this is from when Tarte used to do the face palettes. And this one I've used a little bit. I know I used that highlighter. I don't know if I use this side at all, but I just have too many of them. So I'm moving this one along. This is a blush by Pure. And again, I probably just included as an extra with when somebody purchases something from me. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. And this is just the little brick highlighter thing. I never use it. This is beautiful. They're very, very pretty. I just never use it. So, goodbye. This is from Laura Mercier, and this is a bronzer, and it has like a little bit of, I ended up with two, again. So, I may or may not have purchased two, but I never admit to it. But this is beautiful, so I kept one. Okay, this is still for sale, I'm pretty sure. This is a Too Faced Natural Matte, and this is an all matte palette. I kept the one that has some shimmers in it, but this is a beautiful palette. I've only used it like once or twice, and yeah, it smells good. Still smells like a little bit like vanilla, and the packaging is just to die for. It is absolutely gorgeous. I am getting rid of my Tartelette in Bloom. I know this is one that people absolutely love, and it is a beautiful neutral palette, but I don't need it. And ColourPop, this is the All That, and it has a lot of glitter in here. I am not all that about the glitter. This is a chocolate bar palette by Too Faced, and I'm probably just gonna give this to someone because even though I haven't used it a lot, I don't know, it doesn't look very exciting to me. This is the Fair Light Pure Face Palette. This is very nice, very pretty. This is from last year, I believe, from Too Faced. It's not this year. I didn't buy any other holiday palettes, but this is brand new. I never used it, but yeah, this has real pretty packaging, but it is a holiday palette. Here is another Ofra, and this is brand new. This one, I have one. I got one in a Boxycharm, and I had purchased one myself, so I had two of them. This is from Tarte. This is the Lights Camera Lashes palette. It's just too light. This is very pretty, but it's super light. If I put this on my eyes, it's like I would look like a ghost. Very pretty, but just very, very light. And this is from Too Faced. I believe it's from last year. Christmas Coffee. A very pretty little palette. I don't think I ever used it either. I want to put this in the giveaway, the women's shelter. This one is Shake Your Pom Pom. And I think I used it once. Looks like, yeah, two. It looks like these two were either swatched or, I don't know, none of these look used. So this, I've had it for so long. If it's not used, I think I'm just, yeah, this hasn't been used. So I'm going to donate this. This is from Too Faced, right? Yeah, Too Faced. And I don't know if you guys remember when that was released. It's been a while. Never used it. So I'm donating that one. This one is another one from Gourmande Girls, and another one that is a beautiful palette, just not my color story. This is just not my journey, anything this bright. It is gorgeous. This is the Anastasia Carly Bible palette. This is a beautiful palette, very pretty. It does have a little bit of depth. It's got some really pretty like blue, gray, silver colors. This one I had a hard time pulling out because this has a lot of shades that I would love, and I know I would. Okay, and this is the Too Faced Peach palette, another palette that I really love. This one I probably end up, I don't know. I mean, some of the stuff I see on Mercari looks a lot worse than this. This is not abused, but to me, this just used like a little more used. Okay, this is another small palette from Too Faced, a Hot Buttered Rum. So I'm probably like these little Too Faced, I'll do like a trio or a duo, whatever I have, and sell them together. This is pretty. But again, I have these colors over and over again. This is another Huda, and this is her red palette, and never used it. This is the Coral Obsessions palette. It looks like I used it, but maybe once. This one looks like I, put my finger in it. This one is the Brown Obsessions. The middle one looks like I used it. This is a Ofra highlight. This is a blush highlighter duo. Never used it. It's beautiful, but I just have so many blushes and highlighters, and I did keep all of my single highlighters from Ofra because they're beautiful. This is a highlighter from Ipsy. I don't know if they still sell this on my goodness. It is still sell this brand on, oh my gosh, I can't give this away. Look at this. This is just my shade. What am I doing? Look at that. It's like just the way I like it. See, this is what happens to me. I shouldn't go through it again because I don't want to keep it. Okay, I'm going to put it aside, not sure. Oh my gosh, I knew this was going to happen. I'm surprised it's only one. This is from Seattle, London. Again, I'll probably throw this one in as a freebie with a purchase. Don't laugh at me that I kept that one. This is the Amethyst Obsession. And all of these guys are brand new, these 9-pan palettes. These two are from Pat McGrath. I don't think I ever used these. These are the ones that the first time that she started releasing like smaller palettes. And look at this, is gorgeous. So I'm probably going to sell these like a little duo. Oh my gosh, am I opening it on the right side? Yeah, packaging is not my favorite. Oh my gosh, come on. See, this is definitely not my color story. I should have never purchased that. These were, I believe, were $25 a piece. This one, I like. That one is up my alley. But I'm probably just going to sell them, like, together. Okay, this one is medium, the nude. And this is a very pretty palette. I wish it had some lighter shades in here. And I think that was my problem with this palette. I don't like to do a look and pull more than one palette to create an entire look. I'm the type of person, I want to pull one palette out. I want it to have everything. Light, medium, and dark shades. I want to use one palette. I don't want to have to pull a second palette out. And I think that's what turns me off about these palettes from Huda. You know, this one has a light one, but it, light matte, but it doesn't have like a light shimmer. You know, they're just, I don't feel like I can create an entire look with just one palette, that I need to pull something else out. So, yeah, I think this is, I just discovered what I don't like about these little palettes, okay? Took me how long? Okay, and this is from Wonder Beauty, and, yeah, it's okay. It's just not anything that's, whoa, you know. You can create a nice, pretty little look. I mean, if you don't like a lot of shades, this is a nice little travel palette. It's got a bronzer, blush, highlighter, and you can use those, of course, on your eyes. And then 4 pretty shades. It's nice. I created a couple of nice looks, but they all look the same. And you get tired of using the same ones. Okay, this is the ABH Norvina. This is the number 1. And these are the pigment, pressed pigments. That was a combination of both words, pigment. And I think I used it once. Beautiful palette. Again, you know, it's like, okay, this little, not even. Like some of the shades I would use, definitely, like the lighter ones. You know, like that one, I love that one, this one, the gold one, the brown ones. But I mean, some of those oranges and blues, it's just not me. But at one time I thought it would be. And this is number 3. I did keep the pink one and the lavender one. Look at this. Oh my gosh. If you like greens and oranges, that is such a beautiful shade. I don't think I've used this one. I think this one's brand new. Alright, so this is it. This is the stuff that I have pulled out. That most of this is going to go on Mercari. So if it's something that you think that you may be interested in, I will list my Mercari account below. Yeah, this is crazy, but I need to do this, and I need to be more selective, and I'm gonna do a video letting you know some of my plans for 2024. I don't make New Year's resolutions. I feel like that's one more way to disappoint yourself, and I feel that we're hard enough on ourselves than to put, you know, expectations. So I give myself goals, not too many of them, goals, and I always try to be a better person, right? Do better every year. But there's a lot of things, a lot of ruts that I have fallen into that I just want to discuss with you guys. I just want to talk to you about it while I do like a get ready with me or something. And then some of the ways that I plan on purchasing for my channel. I think, like I said last year, I still purchased more than I should have. but I think I was more selective. I didn't purchase things that I didn't want. Or that, not that I didn't want. Everything I purchase, I want. But I didn't purchase things that I felt like I wasn't going to continue loving. That it was just because it's a pretty packaging, because it's new, because somebody else is reviewing it. I try not to do that anymore. I really don't feel like I did that last year. I feel like every palette that I purchased, I really want it. All right, you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, come visit me on my Mercari. You need to give me a few days to list this because it takes a long time. You have to take pictures. You have to put descriptions and all that stuff. So it is time consuming. But I will let you know in my community tab when everything is listed. All right, you guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope this video is not too long. I love you, and I will see you on my next one. Bye, guys.